Hello, everybody. Our lessons about ATOM, Advanced Technology Attachment, or IDA, Integrated Drive Electronics. So, I start to introduce you about ETA. ETA, Advanced Technology Attachment, or IDA, Integrated Drive Electronics. So, a parallel interface for connecting storage devices, different devices, floppy disk, hard device, optical driver. So to a computer, in the 1990s, it was a standard on the IBM PC platform. It's now supplanted by its successor, SETA. It's a next, we can say, this is the next generation. And with its appearance, it was named SPATA, Parallel ATA. In the primarily name, uh, if I'm not wrong, it's PC or AT. So attachments is it was intended to connection to a 60-bit bus ISA, then known as a AT bus. In the final version, the name was changed to AT attachment to avoid trademark problems. In this picture, we can see a pair of IDA or ETA interface connectors on a typical motherboard. So what about interface? The interface was tentatively named PC8 attachment. It was intended to be connected. So say it about that the original version of the standard was developed in the 1986 by Western Digital, and for marketing it was named ID Integrated Drive Electronics. Highlight an important innovation, the drive controller is located in itself and not the form of a separate expansion board. This made it possible to improve the characteristics of the drivers to simplify their management. Uh, the, so The interface, the standard defines the interface between the controller and the drive, as well as the commands transmit through. So the interface has 8 registers, currents 8 addresses in the input and the output space. The data bus with is 60 bits. This is at the interface, a wire and simple at the interface, and what we use here at 40 wire cable is usually used to connect SATA hard drives. Each urban cable usually has 2 or 3 connectors, one of which connects to the controller, uh, uh, controller, connect to controller connector on the motherboard, and 1 or 2 others are connected to disks. At the one point in time, the P ATA loopback transmits 16 bits of data. Sometimes there are IDA cables that allows connecting 3 drives to one IDA channels, but in this case, one of the drivers works in read-only mode. So, programmed input and output (PO). The oldest method of transferring data over the ATA interface is through the use of programmed input and output. This is a technique available by system CPU and support hardware directly control the transfer of data between the system and the hard disk. There are several different speeds of programmed input and output, which are of course called programmed input and output modes, or more commonly PO modules. And the first, so the, Mm-hmm. At the standards versions, both rate and properties. The following table lists the at the standard version. Name it following table list. In the next table list at the standard version. Name the months and both rates they support. The transfer rate listed for each standard uh, indicates the maximum theoretically possible cable speeds. And assumes that each cycle is used to transfer user data. In practice, the speed is slower. This is a theoretical table. An overload on the bus to which the ATA controller is connected can also limit the maximum transfer level. Uh, so I show you the table. This standards at the 1, 2, 3, and another ones. And the standard have their own other names and in using for ETA 1 standards is other names ETA and ID. So transfer modes PO 0, 2, 3, 3.3, 5.2 and up to 528 megabit for each. So what else? So parallel at the interface. In the picture, we can see is a parallel at the interface. This interface is a max cable length of 46 centimeters, 40 pins, connectors, attached drivers to ribbon cable. Cable transfer dates 60 bits at the time, and the cable had 40 wires for the most history, but 60 wire version appeared with the introduction of UDMA 66. This is a parallel outer pins, which pin the pins functions, and you can see the first pin. This is the first of here is the first pin number 1, and we have 40 pins totally. Uh, just a minute. Yeah. Uh, here in this picture you can see all from 1 and 2, 3, 4. This is located like this, and so 39, 40 is the last pin. So this is table of parallel ATA pins and the functions. The first pin is a reset function. The last is ground. And you can see here from 2 and ground 2, and 3 from 3 for AT data. And after the data, ground, and then K, and the directory, and ground, the parallel ATA pins. The DD-Marty D-storage input and the output channels ready. In this table, interface signal named assignment, which interface signal, and their host, dir, dev, all of information, and PC ID controller, up to 2 ID channels, primary and the secondary, 2 device per channel. The ID controller is a single PCI function at the standards. Capability mode, main characteristic are that the controller register are hardware to fixed input-output location and the fixed hierarchy are used. In the table, you can see the channel, the primary channel and the secondary, and their hierarchy, command block register, control block register. This is a register completely relocable in input-output space in the native PCI mode. And, we have two channels, primary, secondary, and the command block register, control block register too. Base others register are identified by providing their offset in configuration space. So PCI ID controller identification and the control. The class code filled in the controller's configuration spaces is by software to determine and control the mode PCI ID. Controllers operating in 3-byte class mode fields, the upper byte as value you can see here. The middle byte has and there's a low byte. And the bit and the description you can see in the table with fixed mode, the channel support both models, and general operational requirements. Command delivery, uh, the general operations. Commands may be delivered in two forms for drivers that do not implement the packet command features. Set all commands and the command parameters are delivered by writing and device command block register. Such commands are defined as register delivered commands. Delivers that implement the packet command features set use packet delivered commands as well as some register delivered commands. The general feature sets for IDA feature set defines the commands implemented by device. This following GF set commands are mandatory for all devices that are capable of both reading and writing their media and do not implement the packet command feature set. Thank you for attention. This is all what I want to say about ITA. Thank you for attention.